sorry, a baby neck monkey. A son of back, we are only alone. Not your fan, but I'm over the bone. And some papping, or papping, as I read it. I tell you where Papa Papa, and some papping, or papping, as I read it. I tell you where Papa Papa. Yeah, baby, not sorry. Yeah, baby, not noisy. Yeah, baby, not sorry. Yeah, party not noisy. I surrender back. I got five for four. I do you shot. I did grab a fear. I got papping. I say papping. I don't mean it. Yeah, Papa, Papa, Papa. I'll be papping. I'll got papping. I don't mean it. Yeah, Papa, Papa, Papa. Tonight, I'll baby me wallow. I'll baby me tonight, I'll baby me wallow. I surrender back as I pray the juma. You could be found as you know him. I'll baby, so baby, as my weekend. Baby, now what better so. I'll baby, so baby. As my breaking, Debbie, now all better so. Yeah, baby, not sorry. Yeah, baby, not mercy. Yeah, baby, not sorry. Yeah, baby, not mercy. I surrender back, Carabule choir. Okay, you push up, and I'm disco choir. Baby, papaya, and some papaya. What's that? Yeah, Carabule choir. Baby, papaya, and some papaya. What's that? Yeah, Carabule choir.
Abusua yɛkyia mo. Yɛkyia obi biara. Juwelaka ɛna mote ne nka no.
If I may say, yeah, Papa, Papa, if I may say, yeah, Papa, oh, Papa, me tonight, oh, Papa, no one, oh, Papa, me tonight, oh, Papa, no one, I'll sign up, I'll supply the Juma. You could be found, I didn't know him. Oh, Papa, so Papa, I said, my weekend. Debbie, now better so. Oh, Papa, so Papa, I said, my weekend. Debbie, now better so. sorry, baby make mercy. Baby not sorry, baby make mercy. I surrender back. Me alone, me alone. Oh, John Fan, but I'm over the phone. I some baby, oh, baby. I said, yeah. I tell you, wait for my phone. I some baby, oh, baby. I said, yeah. I tell you, wait for my phone. Yeah, baby, not sorry, yeah, baby, make mercy. Yeah, baby, not sorry, yeah, baby, make mercy. I said, I'm back, and I'm from the phone. I did bad fear. I'm black, baby, I see papi. I'll be here. Yeah, papa, papa, papa. I'm black, baby, I see papi. I'll be here. Yeah, papa, papa, papa.
I was a chacha, me a chacha, me a chacha. Yama ubia aquaba, adeba OBGH so. And as I said, and then all share. And then Mumra, Nayini, and Pomok Akra. And you are muti every jewel aka a hall. Or say, Bodambo, and you may muti a chee a titium. And then ye ba ababidin como, a cra, yen shada enche. Enti se obaso na se wunya your friend is saying wunya fidi bia na wabomod na she na wama obi nso abaso na waba behwe bi and I say ono nso so de na adwene aba betai dwumadi achi ene ye beka ensemfua be te se ba ko ana mienu bi ewa ha na ni nyina no egina Ohene David fire from above we did this sana ni page ni titie one Joyce Mensa ense ma bae ye kan bi ye betena ha epense mu e ma ye kan bi na ababe to dwa se ya suspend Ohene David every niku a wo mu your friend is saying freedom fighter or freedom fighters eku na wo mu no ye se suspending every mu na denti na ye suspending the free mu omo chiechire mu na efa ba bi ne die nti a anka ye bi anka ye nka bi but ye di kan abetena ha aye program about one your friend is saying one Joyce asem no nsem ne bae ne ye be program wa ha e kan bi ne san nti no na ehu behia se se suspend na e wose ye ba be ka bi na ye hunu kwan kura die nti a ye suspending no e free e ku no mu no ye can be in a sense say ebia ebetimi ene wasem anase masem anaso biasem bi akose ewo baabi so ati ase nyina so a ekuo ni gina so a omo ese oma suspend no 1 month no ne tie ensem no me hu ni se ase se ekuo no se if se omo pese omo ye just yetie ni ye omo pese omo ye just dia that means he said it looks to me say omone Ohene David ni ye me pacho menye kasamafo ma no menye kasamafo ma Ohene David na mom ye program we ye fa education be free baby ewo enti ye hu ni say necessary say ye ba be pacing mu so ati ase ye videos a ye be bo wa ha omo ayi na omo be kan ye no omo ye ne live enti me video a mebo na baby a me hu ni say me ni omo nya adwene se oma suspend Ohene David no ma beka sabi enye Ohene David ensem wa obetena ne platform so ka ho asem na me beka obi anim se obetena se a atemdidie die otimi didi bi na emom no enye na atemdidie ni ho na me ba behwe memfoa saa ensem na okane so na emom no the fact of the case is that memfoa saa ensem no ne atemdidie ni so doesn't mean say sabi say your friend is saying bibia bana se mehuni se ankoye a ekọ atia na enam se ye nyina ye wo so ninti no esese metumi ba ebe abeka bi so ati ase menka omukuo ne ho na emum no aba betodwa aba ba as a life yi aba betodwa ne de ehu be nya se ye betumi aka sa asem ni bi ne ya pen ne pemsi bi de so ati ase ne ya pen ne pemsi bi enye omukuo no na ehu hia too much nti na ye ka na emum no the way a suggest say ye just people ye just the kuwa de nye bias bia no eho na masa asem na ka so yi na di no efa ba bi no mehu ni say if say na mote de a ene na nka sa asem we nya asem a wo se ka mo gina so se mo suspend no bia na bibi wo ba bi wo ba bi me tie ye no me nkyire mu no anasa me ntie ase no sa na mehu no abena mechiao abena edu mechiao me pacho mo share program yi na enkofo so emra na omumra metie bi nyina yenye program no na enye kama okay last week yema na freedom fighters for edebabeto ko say Ohene David because of say oni Joyce Mensa empratwe a omukotwe ye na empratwe no ebeto odwa na enam empratwe ne so no ababe gu omukuo n'animu ase ninti no Omachi David asensen 1 week 1 month me sorry omuchi emu say 1 month na omachi na asensen no omuni David eni twaka bia untie ni ye mebo omuni ni twaka bia oye programmer omumu bia ni hono a obekọ program ne so omumu bia ni hono a obeshare program no omumu bia ni hono a obekọ akọ comment ewe ni program ase saa nso na ono nso so entumi emfa ni program no on share ewo omo platform so but omo tie ni ye omo ka no omo se omo Ohene David ye programmer on share program no ensese o share. As a matter of fact, the way almost categorize it no, to me, be a woman suspension as 1 month in the year, and can't answer them. It seems as a me too Americano do ever say you will. Now, the entire Omugina sono possibly no, Joyce and someone Joyce Ebekaye, which ye and someone Joyce Bekaye, now almost see to say. Affected untie nie menim kwankra mo fa so tie omo audio a na free Joyce ho no menim kwankra na omo fa so tie ye but to me there are something wrong somewhere and muma mini kan emo Joyce video a oye the video na oye the second one no the program a no about 2-3 weeks ago no ye boss video no enti hu nkia se me boss video no but sa video na second video obeye no eno na freedom fighters for gina so na mumu no this very video now the first one I don't think that is what they stood on because omote it take time and sana omo ba se omo be che Ohene David asensen Ohene David ma out emeka bibia no sound to me say minim se wagia to mu say ampani ampa ya suspended no wagia to mu a eno minim they claim say but omuntie ni ye na mai star bi o masuni omu claim say omu ne na ye meeting and say omu de ba betoko enti muma yentie Joyce the first video na o ye ne nsamo a o kan ye no yentie ebia ye bekwa ni mu no ya kwa akotie omu video na omu de bae ebe suspend Ohene David ene nsema omu kan ye abafo muntie ni ye ade awei eye sabi nanka uhwe ye program ya meka se ebia enje sa ayi no na ye fa ne aye ho ayi but this is an education for us because enyoma bi wo ho na ye no wo Facebook a ye feel say entimi affect yen on the other hand na make am ye feel say entimi affect yen but trust me Facebook usage whatever it is e Ghana na ebia wo a ye scrutinize wo but so you obi a wo amanone na se kwa akọpa adwuma Facebook ye kọhọ ekọhwese ne wo sitie ye koho kokwe senia usidi wagro ebetimi agina so ama adwuma bi a hu hia no eda se ebebo anase ebefa wo enti mumia nhyɛ ne so. That is the more reason why ye pese ye yes ade we na sabi obia wo hwɛ me no wo fa bibi edi free sa ade we mu Ohene David ade a wo ye no ene yi enti mumma yentie Joyce die we be ba cho mumma yentie eno ansa enti si ye fi ho no mu a afi na ya toa so kakra ne ya tie omo nso so dia a omo de bae ti abusafo yentie Joyce me pa cho mumma yentie Joyce.
I mean, phone, Bremy. I don't want to have anything to do with your freedom fighting, all your insults, all your ranting. You are hurting people. People are bleeding. People are complaining. People are crying. People, why? As some before I'm more Hamburg, I'm more German. You guys are finding, you know, some to her. Now, what's David? I'm a David, the Mohene, any etriform. I attract here. Etriform, the Diana sorry, Kasa. I am disappointed in all of you. Me too. The first time is here, Mr. David. Kono ko pass something here, actually. Me no nkoma ye di ni dia koso nyina me Joyce. I have set a standard for myself to say. Even both me ni obi nya asema. Me nkoma me ni pa na di no. So be study me me crazy pa but I have a limit. Na e dia ni voice message na me da ba de to na mabo. Mu say be yes I dey be. E dia me phone. Record and me phone so it when me bon komo be ebe bi say 1 hour komo 30 minutes so you can say it ends there. I have set a limit for myself. I don't record people. It is a menu can say you know but usabe dani one. Ubiani who may cry. See my point? Ubiani who may cry. Me can't share with David said, Kono Kopa Asante Hiniacho. You are doing a personal attack in the name of freedom fighting. They're fighting. Who fighting? Are you people serious? Kono Kopa Asante Hiniacho. Where do you be at them? Where do you jack at them? This is where do you be at them? Say, Nibisa said David. Nibisa, I want to know you. And the pint now now. You are just using your followers. We are fighting. Of what? David says, or no, or taking revenge. That me know share a Hobson video. Hobson drive it, and I give the video, and I'm going to video now. O say, now I ask a video, my son, I'm David. And then I Hobson in the area. No, tell me. So we are now we are personal attack. Let me be so say, and then I pay, then the tune for the ayo. Then the good for the ayo. So be so personal question. I do can you say, who taking revenge? Me be so who David question who freedom fighters in that say. If you say who feels say body at million crazy jobs ana number 1. At did no a man roads now send ye kwa na say no a man paying for no I say oh David they be at hooray they go fix the road. What have you achieved that cost 90? We cost science money, friend cost 90. Nothing. Work done, 0.
Okay. Therefore, as someone Joyce said he kind of buy any. A dear Joyce, Muntian ye. As someone Joyce a D kind ebe can ye. As to the reason why or buy life or no ebe can ye to David, you know, and I'm about. This is the first video I would buy. Okay? First video I would buy, you know. Wa ma metna ho anka sesabi David mene wa twempena wa ye mi say ewo empena twe ni mu yes I no be kan ye asema Joyce gina so ne say o say David edidi empanimfo David edidi empanimfo atem enti onkopa omchew obi anu me be age say David or ye ni program or ye na odidi empanimfo atem a o stress kase ne maame kura beka ontie enti nyawo enti eyade a ono no wote ho no oye eyatem didi a David no oye program a oye for any reason the enti a odidi sa atem no I just don't know and maybe mitie na a o kan say okofa Libya ene hwan sa okodu Germany enti se wanya ejaw bi wanimu se ebi a otene mamu na ne man timi amwa no no through all these ansana at least okoduru man foforo mu a man no mu de wanya ahoto enti saa yawo no ehye ni mu no de ye de oye no memfoa so se woni di mpanimfo bi atem but obi aya de a owo de enti a oye na ade ma be kasa somehow against the oye ne pen me fi se enye ne kwa so no enya ade a eso ani se obi a wote se na sabi utimi timpanifo gina wona udidi wo matem asam no sa wo kan yi a ye beti wan kan yi a beti why not we be use ekwan a eye good so wo de aka no waka ma na yeyi na tem didie no is so powerful say etimi ko ema ebitia sabi tribe am free mu such a person no ma taking it say sabi me hu ni say the motive for the yes idea no and then agene no something is wrong somewhere and that is how I'm taking them but doesn't mean say ya bibi na say tiana I would say because say no TNT no in a personal you just you have to be objective in your delivery and everything if there's someone Joyce begina ho oka no any Joyce ama me ka say bi no one na twempena Oni ne twempena no David aye ni say. So what you say? Okay. Fast forward no. Muma yenko omu ensem no eso. Die your friend is saying. Eba. Okay, muma yenko. Omu ensem a omu be kan ye. Say omu a suspend David ni ade no. Eho na me pese me di be fi. Na yetie. Na ye hwa ade. Na yetie ensemu a freedom fighters for yi ejina so a omo se omo dey suspend David no yentie eho hia pa what you say eho ehia pa na menim se eye nipa kuo bi na omo akeka omo ho abom and they have decided say yentie die omo decide say omo aka omo ho abom na omo pese omo fight corruption omo pese omo bie enipa ni ewo Ghana yetie nie opeso omo bie nipa ni ewo Ghana e na omo ka omo ho abom minim se ebi omo be wo policies a guide omo adwumadi a omo gi no me are very much aware so omo wo policies a guide sa ade no so what you say eno nti ni yemusa se policy na guide omo no David ato ho mra na eno nti na omo twe na so se omo ama na frikuo no mu 1 month na okay so wato emra ekwan be so na ofa so to yentie asemu a specifically no omo gina so mu yentie nti na me di kan bo Joyce die na o start kan ye no ti am di book di kan bo sa de mu yen se ba bia me di fi no se ho na me pa mu yentie mpam cho
Exactly.
No mama chegana simpeni fo no budi mo chegana it is over the kana when you break person oju sika o nfia ma no na be sin fata na empa boso mbo o de kwaro ya igbeni enti ubetimi say de oro ho sa you to no no kuga bonche no ubetimi abodeja mo bia wo se when you break na de konya bo mu se chaba na what trace kwan so no akodo ma ma fie o ba se do ma ma kwara we me sika o de igbeni gunu so ho wa anya sa stigmatization any yimu these are all the mental slavery and patimu I say stigmatization
mame empire ni mu kakra
ye now so ye share I take decision on David now ye de to mo name ema obi bia make an example obi bia eye aware nti that's the main reason tia ye share wa hanu nti otuaba to meka
me pacho me ba kakra
were able to communicate.
Me pacho mo ntwe kakra
But about the doom penso bia
absent cast the first two. We ye boom said relationship be 4 years ago, Dr. Ren.
Okay. Okay. No, Mama Benkomani. He said you're not American. Mama Benkomani. It's
We are no different positions. But to the American, it's in America. David, no, you know, on as a such because on the good leader or the name or the voiceless a name ever Ghana. Who can send Ghana for when we are the mouthpiece of Ghana says yeah. It is a one pack of pass some way up. I know just I was a 3 minutes now on a yeah, fight a name shit near to so as I am so. Make your way not some buy a man be because 77 me your bar may come memo with me a change what they say. And not just I wasn't into the member room laundry, the dirty linen, ever wanting, Debbie. So make for you be sana said, yeah, somebody said to me, a mere problem. I don't have to bring it out there. But David Giano said the aqua now all customer the voiceless. Now Odi Ghana, now all customer man for. It will say yes, and before we are credible, I want no more cancer, exchange for Ghana. David is no different. Into no or such tribute was a demand. What they say, or such a tribute was a demand. And yes, sir, a man for because we are not credible people, a man for will discredit us, a man for will not see us to be serious. You all know how I love David. You all know how David is over here for me. You understand me? But I know just a buy up on here. What's up? Where they? What shall I dip one near what could dip one near Bontia? As some ten your beer can woman be bonny now was the Debbie, the air back into men, Yaka. So David or Sasuche was a man of Suche.
Asama me person me busane say. Grace me makwaba and as hopes me makwaba belozo. Dear Bonnie and Cassana David I just as someone me person me busa. David Bonnie bang. And our Kodina outside. Sabi David onye obi a oye ware for munchen ye onware ye and wakasa wafa ne yire achi munchen ye o empratwe no wakwa akotwe empratwe na okotwe ye no sabi enye ono na ade aba betudwa minim sa asem bi support me hina asem bi pro but me pese me link die ntia SSC yes most or freedom fighters for we suspended David every kuonumu all because say wakotwe plan na abeto abonte free man be can send be and no na me pese etie ni mo da mo mienti nkone enwe
Standing and not just say obi ya bibi wo group you must not on such so Mr. Freeman we bonina supposed to associate with group we will still discipline you. Dr. Ren will still discipline me to abakra me boni na biggest scandal be at that one thing na funny say you can still discipline me because me na my mouthpiece to Ghanaians and not for Ghanaians. It is a me ma ye ni mo amba nyama what is idea ye agro and some of them freedom fighters beef we don't do beef. And some they pray also by and what's not on station. A year me I mean hey, so there was not even a single day I mean now be more time back now back home. What I say? People are using their platform for beef, but we want the betterment of Ghana. Penny or one some better one matter where you'll be a more. We will talk about it because when I would Ghana him, when I would you Ghana for taxes. When I did Ghana to come out of Papa, there was a wood year. And to say, a man, because I'm not as I say, you understand me? Ghana, no, we have good roads, we want good hospitals, we want good schools, we want good infrastructures, we want good investments in Ghana. And not just a David, I have Bonia, or Kasama Ghana, and say, what's up?
Omuka se waye bone na waye na menti ase waye bone so okotwe mpana na that is where I don't get it. David started here the program edidi atem before someone come on abom enti whatever the message David was saying, you know, na eye mo de ana mo de ne kan ho onyina baby engu kuonum animu ase. That is the first thing. And brand wakotwe girl no a first video or the buy me boy you know sebi wa accuse David say me ne watch mpna no mu a me ne watch no wagina so ayemi say na mom na sema o kan ni say me catch David say onko pachew sebi onne mu a share platform a and someone okano so say dear Joyce Bejina how can I'm just being objective and yes I'm support to David no nemo no crazy or baby I was ye catch it more than one say mu ye ekuo ayen ye so mu person was set a scapegoat and yet David the same way na nka wasen ka mu gina so because sabi mu claim say why ya dia ma na gukuo n'anim ase on what basis how yen tie kwai
we're not doing that. Freedom fighters, we are very, very disciplined. In as much as we sit over here to insult these grown fools, we are very, very disciplined people. That doesn't mean say or business to the honeymoon at me fans of fire to way or meaning so or company for him or can as a papa champion for no or I have one interest freedom fighters the near share or fire and no concept or yes and no, we don't do that. We are really disciplined and we are straightforward. We are strict people. If you do something in this group, we give it to you as it is.
Right.
Yeah, and so on say also.
Right.
Made my noise, me bra.
Me da say, Otiaba TV, Ivy. We there, Doc. What be here, and as we are chairman for Freedom Fighters, mame, emfa we amount. Mem say, yenya yeti social media, you're afraid your Freedom Fighters a cool, yes, speaking for change, yeah, kasa sene be ya, Ghana money be ye ni ade. We cannot preach positive and behave negatively. Inti yenu abema David the Hons and Sabetu Dre na I was say yetimi sorry na yetimi kamhuasem na se empo asotwe bu ohwa yetimi de ma yenu because yenu no whether a private issue or public issue the moment obetna social media obefro freedom fighters ubenya followers amanfo betie wo no you cease to be a private person, you become a public figure. It's a public figure and so there. The only private issue you have is that thing that you conceal, that you yourself conceal and doesn't make it public. The moment it becomes a public issue. Into the whole sense, in fact, it been known as a ferry across freedom fighters fan, I see, David Pan, what may I say now? As a Joyce Crowd, now will be adding no David Equay to move for
maybe and some no yame and one wakakra. But if I'm with me, Madame Harriet, which I some no yame, a yami na kakra. And nipa no worry. Or no be chimpana. And prana or more chino. Obano se bibianko yama no se deu. Waba ababe kasa. Kasa na obane kaye no. When you also said David Abume, Tienye. When you also said David Wabume. When you also said David Sebi what the Ebia Sebi were me naked picture no the other one kamubia. As some more kind say me 24 say on what you first and or say or to David for say they are all you onjai. Meanwhile, the all no more freedom fighters for no. Mo de enti na mo de ne car ku ni ho no. The same preaching na mo ka no. Enu bi na ono so gina ho a all ye. So ade a waya ma ekuo na animu agu ase anase wa ma na beka as a scandal no. Where does it lie? I just don't get it. Abna say absolutely joke the lot of them. They do not have a clear explanation why they took that decision. Exactly. Abna me just here. Mumientie nko. Wo de mumientie.
Can see a bit more fire. Before I catch your fire, say unto the beautiful Dr. Remy, me kasa wo free my the gram for near the every year and send the break. Inti ye na ye meeting. And now you decided yes, was ye timmy a punish ye me abema David. Now a survey as a deterrent to be or out there, if you also a casa, if you are person that the over join us, you also TSA. In cool way no, your mera a guiding cool. And I will be soon to me, ye be biakasa because when out there wanting to open on social media, there be a cool. We have laws and rules and regulations. I have here. Now, no, and then you cast
all laws, no, freedom fighters, a move a year when you become with some move. Mulo na a bounded David say, man and champna mo can't me. Adiabakwa me person motiasi and say, the guy is not married. Now mo they compare Sewa Bruni any Akufuado. That is what your comparison was. Emi yasa mi nyamba ebi kura ye in the video no one. But in Sewa Bruni ni Akufuado dieno. Sewa Bruni Akufuado aware. Weye opia or ye penimua waware. Eti hence therefore no or chimpna wechira it is news. Se David aware and only Joyce chimpna wechira na abeto ho dia. Then I can say yes. It looks as if says idea way a jeopardizing my future and I say a jeopardizing my cool. But here is the case. Oh worry ye. Sabi ebia of fire that way. Oh worry ye. Na of fire wakako hu obano on obano akwako diagro. Na sabi obani 24 say. Jainsana ukanu Facebook no udidin penifo atem no. Meanwhile, mo signature. Mutin yo. Freedom fighters for some more kasa. Mo signature ba ko woman is a mutimi didin penifo atem. Otuaba o someone ekan. Se sia odidin penifo ni bi atem. Which I don't me 40 obi a wo because I experience a wunya and gina so ma wo ka dia wo ka. That I'm not going to fault anybody. But I am signature mo wo mo tai ye. It is a signature na mo wo no mudidi atam mudidi penifo atem no. That is the same thing. Joyce say catch David say onya eka. And just before they were selective listening. Selective listening and justice waha. And some kakra bi na ye kan na ebe fa momo ho no sesabi mu nyina mo te ho na mo hwe David ma ne ye de o ye no eno na mo gina so aye de a ena na mo nyina wo se mo gukuo no na mo jai ena na mo nyina no mo kuo na mo wo mu na freedom fighters na mo fight no e wo se mo gukuo no because the preaching that you are preaching no that is the same thing David is preaching. Enti mo ka se David akwa twempna ma na beto baabi o abra onware ye. So how does this merit suspend in the It doesn't make sense. Me kasama David ne momuno me obia mitiasemua. I listen with open ears and mind. Na me judge asam so also me judge ne kwan so. Sabi meka bibia de enti a me feel fair. Oh yeah, dear internet so I also share ye. In a nutshell, now I'm suspending no. It will a bit conform with the tia me so yeah, dear internet so I also hear no. But I'm not supporting the ABI I'm suspending no. It's munti
so I can social media and make an example. As the Air Force and penny for and as the Air Force change of Ghanaians. Yeah, because your life. Ya bra boy ye bono so ya dear we have to that life no has to shine. What you say? You say we are the sort of Ghanaians. Say ya kra bono you lose your taster and then Ghana for bed then yani kania Ghana for the chia hoping say change the Ghana. It is a ekobani ye meeting and I decide here on punishment I did my and reason why yaman is our punishment. Yeah, what chairman idiot. Ni jama na your decision you take here as a kuno. Odiato ye chita phone in him send be obemu said. We are not a group by a condoning stupidity. We are a group, so, we are a law abiding.
I don't know what this particular free mind no. They are also canning some. What is the stupidity in Adia David here? Babia Ebian Kamujina so okay, let's just listen. Billy Michiao Billy Michiao pa medase. Mumientienko. Muda mumientie.
Sabi say young Casacrampuno, ye munipa efomua. ye train so ye can in wasem. We are not hypocritical, yen katabone so, yen kata jimmy so. It's Dr. Wendy, Matua Malfaye, ye decision ye take ye as a kuno to them.
A fellow be no they are suggesting, say, David Adia Okoye any Jimmy. They are suggesting, say, David Adia Okoye near Bonnet. Sana free mind, unsam na who can, that is what they suggest. Say, David Yako who will be no so a penno. Na oni nipa no akwa na nipa ne se adwuma a udi no mani nye ho nti jai na David su won jai na ge na ba out aba betena se akasa mesi on jai na wabo mudin se freedom fighters nsam a mo ka ni nyina no onhu ano enkosi akire ade a metimi akasa nka mo etimi aka David app ne se obegina ho ebe kan ge na sese ebia na se de and all that stuff no ano de ebia na nka mo etimi agina so ba ma nyina ni nyina so. All that you guys are saying, you know, a vague. So why you bonny? Why are there and all that stuff? What exactly did David do? Momon can be. Yeti.
Ma ye chita phone na enti omuhwase.
Your chairman, with the metas in Makoswada, the Bible they say he who without sin should cast the first stone. And Dr. Ren say anyway now what the assembly actually. And so as a group, we love our brother so dearly. Enyina ewoku mu nyina ye busua baako. Enyina so yedo enua Ohene David. On behalf of the group no yade sebi we say etutu so a be manwa ne bu ne gina. As freedom fighters we am amehunu say Ghana for atiki ensem very serious. Senior coordinator ekaye
Mo
secretary
obo kasa talk say mo fans say what Ghana not taking Winsome seriously. When you are classifying something as Ghana for what? Because your corners your research and as your proportional probably no more follow no probably no grew a 2% cry 1% we classify something in a quantity a way and you don't assign everything to Munina Ghana for AME free my casano or say yeah come on man mu yama from there that is good but more from there now more yen too significant say between Yasiki Ghana for you and you may be a mention so Gamu kasa sif say I said the muni ba Ghana and Koso but Ghana or home and some kuni buy so mun talk in terms of say you are also doing your part mamon talk mun generalizing your matter said the as if say muna Ghana ekutamu therefore no say muni ba Ghana doesn't exist. It's emotion is freedom fighters for. Muma yen koso
chairman Freeman de wakame be. Ebe sere wo mu a wo mu di echi so wo nti ase e wo atwe asotwe a de ama yenua Ohene David. Ne papa mu a in every organization there are rules and regulations. There will be from one.
I say what making mention said there are rules and regulations in every organization. I wasn't interested in saying rules and regulations in a mode but since I can move back public, you know, more article are mature, more policies are more one, and can move code to that particular session, subsection now a defining David is there. Adia oye and we're making mistake and until therefore move jinas idea and so action. You didn't do it. So you want us to believe we say Adia David Ayano etiamuku no. In what sense nitiamuku no? Come on, nipa nyam kwala na mo de nipa agina diagro. I'm not fighting for David. But as long as some way organization, you know, na mo decide some way Adia just no. You guys needs to be just in all through. You don't have to be selective listeners and you don't have to use selective justice. That's what I'm trying to.
On behalf of the group, no, Ye kuno dia sumamia as the first servant make and dia to a year bedroom in say. A year Ohene David. A free and now, yes, share a war a chair my free mind choose. A year freedom fighters, we have decided to suspend him for 1 month. We are suspending him because of what about a job. A year one name, Iria, a year Jijo Mensa Joyce. A Fabino said ye in Amamunama Swati. We are branching a donie. And so a corner decided, say, what can the BB ever in 10 times one? He should not.
I confirm him say agree on Woody. They definitely they are playing, they're just joking. First video now me boy about Joyce Mensah. Senka mo yes adie we no. Moon kate e bim free baby. Play all. Ma decide some will be public amount of what Tim Massen. A bimu to send me and KB a met Masseno. Step by step, move video no. And some Joyce kind no. Move all the video because Matnasi analyzing some of the kind. And I'm taking a decision. So when you want to put out evidence for people to believe you have to play the video step by. Also, we want to watch here. Now play step by step video. Or can say, as somehow can we affect you or can say David react say, oh more I just don't know. Me name David. Me share baby ada. Me name commoda the video na mahu. But I don't know how Sabi or take it this or my one team a video. So maybe was I cool way when I'm this idea with David here. And I also stand on this and stop. Make it from a cool. Remember, we said we need directions. You just want to take it more person with David a scapegoat. It seems I said at the dia or did no. Somehow maybe I'm not saying when we say and yamu the view. So some way are banning to know Yengina son yan fanya den and China son fine free. Meaning acquire David take this. Because of my outside the mecha be but David said, me video will be nasa was shy. Tinasenet analyzing some Americano, never quite do because you were doing your video and almost yeah, that is the same message I almost preachy. So they think they said they can add you to them. Now Mumwaye do video no yet. We have video the attempt, which I am not in support of that, but that is what you do. Enti say ye jina bibi so oka se wo suspend you will be mu a na David akoye bibi a sebi affect kuo no immensely wo baby ade a oni Joyce kwotwe plan no sebi enye ono na de Joyce video aba beto abonte to begin with ade a minim so odi fo wo mu ni say yes what the Joyce number bi aba beto baby amankrofo of frefre no how did that affected mukuo na mo wono plan wa kwotwe Sabi Joyce be jina ho a o cassette no man hu ba bia se David be video enso et retaliate there Joyce e keka no e be keka nsem against Joyce senior wo sitie no uye video na se wo be didi natema ono so ba be didi watembi. That is what I know about that guy. But this time around I see say na owo love be e de ma Joyce and na say onim definitely was on na chempna ebi am planching na akoye enti wa map ama metnase ameka bia nkyere no asem obeka ya enokra na maka se enokra no e ma me di ne ho ya o se obeka se se Joyce ase ede e na den sa ne oma no wa ko details oba life wo ke kwaku ayi so asem obeka ya no metie ni din and I'm so okay it looks as if that this guy somehow no and your ma o kan ya na nani da ho wa paye no kan didi nkrofo atem but our sense ye de what you say we make sure wo enioma bi ho we tie video no fanko me ba mo chawo
associate the name freedom fighters to the brand. Number 2, yeah, freedom fighters and so Sebio, we are not going to associate the brand of freedom fighters to Ohene David.
I was a force say, who can say, who suspend you be every ukum, who need detain you, won't excommunicate ni panel in any way. A suspension alcohol. But when you go to details of say, within this particular period, somehow no, I feel say you guys are taking me entirely out. What you say? And some more conditions are David, you know, sound to me say, Yeni wajai, yempe ubiem. Because this is a suspension. Who are Jumamuna say, oh yeah, at the end of suspension. You are still with a Jumana on your name, Mono. At the end of year, no, and ye de boko could your mouse suspension. You because what chiauka. Somehow no be a yen chiauka because your beckers say, but yen determine and as ye excommunicate you from a Jumanumu entirely. At the end doesn't merit set. I was see you were and I see a terminative appointment, and I see we have to excommunicate you. We don't say these things are more can. Abna, my main kind abna a Billy say logic and common sense is speaking. Obi, keep it up. Billy me that sepa. And our face was say free mind is spoiling there one time. Or Abna say free mind took the whole issue so personal. I think so. And now Abna said was absolutely right, Obi. Do not I do not subscribe to such a group with no direction. Exactly. Omu group, that is how I see it. And Abna was say, Obi, you should consider studying law. I Abna Lord dear, I promise so. Lord dear, me patch, I promise so. Eti yankoso.
And don't you come? I will be at say. So by your freedom fighter, na me Dr. Ren or Chini Masam Tuga. The same way and she share where you did ma or any David. Sa pepe and a menso yedibema. You don't wait the on hini. And him say, eh, yadie, Dilly. Easy. Especially me, Dr. Ren, knowing myself. Na me the same way to you. But we cannot move forward as a group if we are not disciplined. Discipline is what wins us laurels. And discipline is what has taken us from last year. Eh, daddy. And so the papa mua. If you're not cordial, you know what David. I have Bosumi, I die in immediate. You don't know to Quanta a year freedom fighters a Jumemua, and then to Quanta.
Binim say China Dr. Ren Kai and so what I say I really don't know. Because all suspend you Pia. In this case, you know, Kanaka I'm thinking so because okay, wait me where you program name Yamaso. Although ABA bit me ask your program, but Yamaso Mekasa. That is associating ABA I don't know. Wouldn't you be too quanta paya? Wouldn't it chat a time to woman? Wouldn't it need communication be moved? And now I realize this, or man realize this, looks as if said they are being too harsh on David. It looks as if said there is a motive behind meeting against David. First of all, did you give David a chance to say Omra public and may apologize if indeed so I am wrong now? And I will decide this and me yes I did na. Because if some David I can make catch some because I don't see anything wrong that I did. Sabi munina I will be a it's a rather unfortunate to say probably Abiana Joyce PBB and a wenya. Okay? And henceforth no oba eba betina hokan de okan no okan David ame reply no no one this sex system no esan ba mu go to the stand they say or release David a naked picture and all that stuff. Adia David Becca and say Joyce a ye pictures no every in the day because won't mean fact or be a naked picture na to Facebook. Sa ti e bia no decided say kai call so and ko besi you girl no. I really don't get it. Freedom fighters minim mo young koso.
Chelsea a man indefinite suspension. 1 month. Yamida domina 1 month, you know. And it's soon in the binding somewhere and the car will kukuemuno. Or to me, just super pepper they are. Send ababa.
More man 1 month na the subina somewhere by a moon cassette. Uncle Joyce Chew. Uncle Yeden. What change do you need David to change from? And then dear Namu person will change it from. You know. That's a comedy to that. Gifty abaka mechi I will get me free YouTube. And then dear Kasana Namu person David. What change do you want David to change? Onyain say now Canada da na mu hu ye na eyamo de na mo kofa ne beka ku ni hu no onyai kan na anasa se no mu bo no kokose mane nkotwe mpena biem enti se okokotwe another empena na se sa girl do so be the same thing. What else are you going to do? Charlie, more it looks as if say may you not call. Holy shit. Okay, me sorry. Excuse my word, me pamcho. Okay, yan twaso.
But Nasia, you have to jam. Osumene so super paper. Remember Babet na haya biem. Na ya to safre you know in David. You know Kasano Makuma, they were airborne. And easy. Ebusia, then a dear kuno. You know, you decide, you know, any. When you say coordinator, any a year, you know, I have your idea. You may jam a woman so a woman. So freedom fighters, and so a queer, a fast one, you or any David, any Joyce in some trouble.
A kwabena or a kwabena sooner a fast so better wanting. That is the thing that I need you guys to say. David na de baya na. E prache na okotwe ye no. Hopefully no e bia na or expect so obeware no. Enti girl no dia ba no. Mudia obobata ho ne se adwuma ya mudie no. Utie ye. Juma amudie no onhu faso a ewoso wa meka se David say mukuo no na this and this na all ya all say mukuo no or say rather no asema o kan ye ne say or say mukuo no because say odidi mpanimfo atem which that is the same thing you guys did enu bia na mo ye e Facebook we man now I need to white and di baby that bia Kumase for Udi atem de bia. Okay, mumi enkoso.
Na sa asem no so nyesi ya tan no nyesi ya chiri no nyesi ya pono emombo sumi ya da enim ide edwumadie bia obedi no ne ntintan so ya ohini David TV so no amane ngina ne show so embo freedom fighters din amane nkan ensam emfam bata freedom fighters ho
Yama obi these conditions that means to say you have been excommunicated from us. And so say mo categorize mo ade ne say 1 month na mo de man for suspension. So 1 month na mo de man na mo be friend back. You guys shouldn't have said all these things. Say mo man so onyakuo member for 1 month. And I'm just wondering, say David, you will go back to Ekuo no mu wa bra ye yi wedi free man. That is my question, amigo sir. Me enkoso e.
Yene ne to nkwanta. Na pai e wo kusumi. Ti usa. Se muti asem we ya na de tie no. Se ne tie. Ene de mpemfo de suma am se mfa metu dwan. Enie. Ye nyina aye freedom fighters Mimubo Dino, I and Sasha, I did 2 more. Coordinator, why idea? My man can't insist to say, share my free mind. What fire? Dr. Ren, 44, fellow Ghanaians, amazing GH, Otiaba TV, shine your eyes, Mama Ba, Anna, youngest year free my shoes, Yenina, and it is 18 team, yes, I can say, you don't know, and the papi mua, you know, but that's
me, doctor. We there. My man kaka craving so and son of Matuama, you know, be my fire. Yeah, offer me basis here. Say, doctor.
Fire on one of our fan, your penasem, a queer franny. We say, Ohene David, I know you are reading everything. I am typing here. To be honest, you deserve 3 months suspension. Next time, choose a peaceful. I don't mean to make.
Right. Okay. Offer me ba say see am make ka craving kan ya doctor cancel. Pese obi bia tias ye say social media ye tia ye dis ejuma we no. Enye ye kasa no nko a e wo say ya brabo nso a ye bo no ene ye kasa no e match. Because for example, Omampani Ekufuado, entimi nkotwempena e ma ne meto abonten na yenka na yanka sanso yentimi nkotwempena e ma ne meto abonten e ma yenkata so ebi.
This very guy is very funny. The analogy now, it doesn't hold to me. Omampani awari David Nware, for heaven's sake. Jai, that analogy now, Jai. Free mind or whatever, Jai. Wow. What analogy now, is not going to help you. Omampani Akufuado, aware. When we talk about them, for Obia Waware, I compare David. David is not married. It will question plan as a betabontian. Sabi, a plan crowd watching and a betabontino. One could dig a one forget a nude picture and a twabontin. Why, yeah, a dear, a girl, no, a catch any say. Message I will preach in Wunjai, no Wunjai. This is all. That is all that he no. In here.
Yankasa ye 2 year mwesi wo. Your life for no set as example. No matter who you are. Me am here is a form me. Nobody's above the law. Yes, I get tremo say. Echine bi. Say ye no bi. Ebenya Ghana di bre. Nas ye di Ghana by the mua. Ye nim kwasi asem. We ye minister that's all Jimia ebe chiwasem. We ye MP. No matter who you are, we don't kata so. We don't.
I know the mene ya adwene. Se ubenya post and as ubenya DPA, nas ubiye bibi na nya. You have to. But this particular thing now we national. And ya dia David ya enye. Me who anything wrong with the David no me pacho. Yenti.
Don't condone nonsense. We don't condone stupidity. So make it private. Let it remain.
How can you yourself private? How can you put it private? Can say David say you sit here no so bad Joyce. Look at the normal Joyce said you see no. Now look at senior your friend is saying David is and so that is why they clicked. They are public. When you become you become a public figure. Be a public. So why are you saying some people that thing not private? In any case, wasn't it private? Now Joyce the buy. David Befa and to Sansa Betna baby bebo they say K. Many Joyce a chimpana. He didn't do that. You guys are funny.
remain privately. Yeah, me tell you. You want me to
Good.
Video say free man.
Se oyire no kofa nechi na se yechi wo that you can just compare that to Nana Akufo-Addo there no. But you cannot compare that to David because David in worry. David in worry. Free man. Nya won ti ase sa.
I dem shebe. Me ni free man that wo akwa ayi. Yeah, can say but fan no crampo no on hwe no. Come dey near there be. If you make your private issue, nobody will come and sit here and talk about it. It's more and more typing and a David and a private issue, no, and your private issue, and the top one thing, your boyedi womb, or bandy one tea, or cassa boyedi. It's once our boyedi, dear, and who be here said we have to address that issue.
Obo Udi Sassen, Obo Udi, someone I must share my David yen, what's a more come who been a David Idiatem? And you know, correct. Wow, Udin no. Or if freedom fighters, Muna Musu so David so a Kahubi and Odiatem. And that is true. And Yamunana Mudiatamono. Odiatam and Yodium. It is a say no. Onyatem did now Didinana. Is that what you guys are saying? Say society, I am. Come on, Yankola.
It is also our shame. Oh, dream be said also over kasa on social issues not that chibi although home don't freedom fighters are you have to be aware from the scratch say
yeah and never me hamete hey me fa me home abomo because mo nisu ade hunu no way wide and far from me nisu ade hunu na me no and you forget me enti
ku a ya so son kwasi asem ne nsem hunu so
this guy my share the video couple of times. Somehow, no, he thinks he is the only wise person on this earth. That's how I see this guy. Ohene said, or you so smart, known, unim bibia se okasa. That is how I see this guy. Even though sometimes a normal be it has a merit. And what Nyansasem womb and but most of the time when this guy is speaking, or Betanana is not or can in such a way as if say nationality. But come on, guy. And yet idea nipa bebre wo hono mo a India they don't come out and explore. Yes. They are very, very, very smart. And they are technically know how and they know things. In you can say how to was a crampacho.
Service when Jimmy
Look at this. And you patches a sa as some ya walking. Ubi unshawusu ensuya. Come on. Who patch them say the way Usi are addressing a dear Muamatana waka. You guys tell yourself say we smart people, we are knowledgeable people. Now, all kinds of say, yeah, you are expecting some near me, may expect to say they are all coming as a same. No, I'm not going to do that.
And as a one hour drain now, near Juma, Ube suspension. You have to discipline yourself because we are preaching equity, we are preaching freedom, we are preaching accountable governance. So we cannot preach accountability and begin to act stupidly. Something pretty as a it's also. It's the punishment when obeying time David. And I can say, henceforth, yeah, Yanino and yeah, you may be able that there be Sanya Dr. Kayano, a year for 1 month period. Within that 1 month, none of us will ever host David on our programs, and none of us will ever appear on his program. None of us will ever share his videos.
And then I'm catching and say, Onye, what exactly in that 1 month, more expectations in the same. Then expectation are more expected from David. As I come with the better Jani, you say, David, expectation now with the better Jano. Odiso, and answer when so. She says, more got now, and I must say, okay, after 1 month, and the Yabaya Begina to more. How are we going to know, say, David, after they are moving wire? Just punishment now, Mama David the chance to come out to explain himself. Meaning to explaining himself to Mua. I just don't get it. So what you say? Yeah, we think. And your man a course on Facebook, yeah, should be. So we can analyze things like the way I'm more, the privilege I'm want to say, Momo the emotimini guy and didn't come up personally on one. So probably no A be a BB or baby. Oh yeah. Nimudia. Nanka also come on the trigger. Multiple metina platform so namon kase. Me the entire many abre was idea we who say. It looks as if says a jejia. Yeah, we have selective listening, selective judgment. Everything I hear piano, nipa no etie die a benefit no, etie die a common no, etie die a against no be reacted to it. Mobet na hono, you guys at the cra bia Joyce bekan ya e against mu kakra no, and no and I push mu and I be react e dey afa David so. So what you say? Kakra bi na Joyce bekan ye no. Sabi Joyce betna ho edi beka say the quantity same kuma and all that stuff no. Say no de man ka ho ase man ka bibia. But kakra bi na pishi mu kakra no because you guys were just listening selectively. Baby aya e fam ho kakra bi no na mo gina so jeje David. That's how I see it. Me take kakra ka ho na afi de yento aso.
And none of us will ever pass a comment under his video, should he come live or whatever. And no, they say, we don't support rubbish. We all came together, had a meeting, and decided, and one man decision. We been tired, basically, didn't come back door. But Senya, Etiano, and I said, baby, I was a young phantom. To serve as a warning, to set as
Abenaka say Ohene say free mind any David or personal issue. Also actions are we it determine baby our say the way Dr. Ren Ekasai no. So you will never think say be our only David or issue. Or Kasa sebi nyansem any experience. But the way a free mind is he canning semono. So we are bagging by now. There's no way so Kasa we need the video issue or baby. Because you are talking and insulting. Say adia we any young kwasiasem, jimisem, and yansasem, and you are addressing all these things in line with the David. So what I said, which suggests to me, say, there is a friction between only David. That is how the suggestion to me is. So we will be there's nothing and can choose words carefully in order for you not to say something a bit against David, sir. The way I see you're talking bitterly. As if said David, a dear beer, it is unheard of, which I don't see it that way. Men Koma David, and then the spokesperson, me. Nemo no say the idea ye will be even for time for Christ, the idea nothing, and you now you just personal. You will come and voice it out, says how we are more the come for it, and yet that is what we call Utimi. Yes, I did now. You who's a just person. What you say? We a very just person. Me take a can come on afi de me fa video ne mra wi na ye afi se me fa calls na ma fa me pam chow.
Certain message because Emra and I cause no me say ebinum sending message bebre and a free man you people we are waiting for you and I could find the buy na boka ye and a David in so ya share hypocrites mra boti be kasa we are here we didn't go to hibernation asana na yeti ayeka anaboa nti said ye na ye fansia de.
Somehow, no, the way I was seeing seems to me, say, Mama, mo fans now, mo di machino. Sense to say, any power more against him, or whatever it is, you know, and I push him, I'm a tiki. this undeserving decision I'm taking.
Now to social media, that's how kasa on social issue. One kasa wa bra bona o bono enye an example to the nation, example to the people. Me metna ha enkyere mo say emfa o sika koma sofo na me kro ya me so abi tia tight eye jimi se me kwase asem. I must follow what I preach. I must act like the things I say. Ofa matuama.
Human medicine and a doctor so medicine. They tell you a benefit will be say a cocoa time and 980 aba na inkumba. If I'm talking to you, a cocoa time and 980 aba but inkumba.
The community of an
opportunity to thank Martin Ake because some of us, you know, we weren't ready for what we are doing now. It just came by from nowhere, and I started the AD to my AD. We have all our flaws. Angel. I'm not 100%. But I thank Martin Ake for the few months I was back Ghana, me call in chain or advise me in certain ways we too before and abua me to this extent. Now me can't say I think before issue, I think a day before the releasing of these videos, I had a dream. Macau your platform, but for our people here, let me put it out here again. I had a dream, and in my dream, I was riding motorcycle. Me riding on, all of a sudden, I had a nature score. Not just them.
All right. As a matter of fact, no more memfa, NC afe yenye my analyzing the meme to me, Ohene David. Almost suspension, no as a freedom fighter, no, my analyzing. Maka DNT anami who say a right to say a kuono bekas or more. Ebe suspended Ohene David a free a and somewhere free man and somewhere your friend say Dr. Ren a kaye or more sisudia say a kuoni na no ma take that decision, you know. So my question are not me person me busane say as obia so wo hweme na so ye kuo pani and as a woman as who join the kuo na wo de bre wo. When something happen, try and go into the bottom part of whatever the issue is. Because the one here now you will give, you will be injustice, you will give out injustice to Ubia Nanka Nipa Krono Uhia justice. Because why name is I was a utie both sides. Suspension Modiama David, you know. If anything crampona, ye decline many pan one and cancer, okay. You who said we ye bonne waha. So, throw apology letter. Send your Joyce now the commander, bra, never can actually yen in the public. Did you do that? My yes idea no to begin with. So what you say? All of a sudden, we waking up, I'm about to say, you're suspending Ohene David. I find it so hard to believe that the guy hasn't come out up to date. Looking and listen to Ohene David saying he was here. That means he said, Ebia Ekuno Ohodino dear to the heart. Men 40 in a sense is in a society, no. When you study psychology, you can testify with me, say, somehow no baby or then who join a portrait, no, that is where you hold dear to. So what you say, and you find isolation can be our person with who could jab baby, sabi, who says, I dear we are all ye, and imagine the same thing. You bet value where you are, Abia character or whatever you have. So Abia Oma Bontino, that is what I'm feeling it is. And yes, Abia Wajatu, meaning Swajatu, I really don't know the part of David, meaning Senior, was Yafa this particular, but me being Obia, me to me analyzing your man, me can't some ewo, and you soon dear. me taking it there. Me who's a freedom fighters for the brain now, woman now take a decision, you are being biased. More portray biased be our baby. And you guys need to revisit the issue again. On the other hand, no mama min kasa mon chairman. Ohene David ebetina a yisua. O kansam odidi atam oye de obeye. And some be at me landing up into trouble. Whether say with Germany and all that stuff, because now say you who said or they court in same be by and I may court na me fahin and all that stuff. You might think say social media or no just for entertainment and all that stuff. The way this Facebook, YouTube, and other all platform when this city, I would say a better for you, so better as well. You will say things are good rather than things are bad. You better say Obama this particular thing no, I directed somehow, I shape it, but bravo be a wobo. You find the sense that be Papa bin and David in Shemua. Look at the association be or then who could join yet and answer or baby or no and answer the visa. Can a be a jeopardizing the future be our baby as it here. So what you say? We actually say, oh yeah, dear, nipa dear nisha. Send something ma one. Uncoton so remua. Ye ni sadia no enfanchere. It's why say who act callously or in the name we say a be and the best serenity. A be a ni be a woo community no. What am I say? It mummy and shem may be answer. Kakra. Social media is good. Who voice I'll bet me about the voice it out. It was social media so. That is the same thing. And something and I bet to me. I say who ever can be so. What am I saying? So let's be careful on how we use social media in every way. Time almost yet that program no. Enipa na mimi gidi says Ohene David ye programmer because enipa almost be share that program na almost ye no. Freedom fighters for ye no. They are the same people Ohene David ye video correct. But look at how one and for air commenting what that particular video na say time and yema Ohene David suspension were in a. They are the same people no. And the same people, new person, my mo. It's almost they are the same people. Ohene David deserve 3 months suspension. So, do you love Ohene David or you hate Ohene David? What must I say? I dare me ha me ye. Me nkase me ya de boni amaye meka. And the same people now mo hwe me no. Se me ya de boni a eye mo na mo beba belashe out to me. But it depends on the way abu besia kano that will let me assess say the way nipa we can some no that means me te ha da bia nipa ne ye me say yi nyina no that means nipa no wo either say me ho do and aside de boni. Asamba we are wrong I nkase be kata so mu aso na mo depend the way I besia ka kire wo no that will let you determine say we will wafa we are against you regardless of anything. So what you say regardless of anything. Anything no mo me yenhye so abusuafo mo me yenhye so na ye hunu ekwan a ye besia use Facebook di afa. So what you say mo me yenhye so ne hu kwan a ye besia use Facebook e di afa. Asem na o ka no kai hunu say it is recording e recorded na wo ho e wo mu a ne yakoyi ne di aba. Obi bia obetimi akosa ade ne so no akoyi no de aba se wo eda say wo can say that is what it is. So what you say that is what it is. Enunti no abusua Muma memfa phone lines and to ho. Frame Prince Ado Michiao and our face Beatrice Gonu, Rose Owusu Tevia and an Anedu Muna Michiamo. Muma memfa phone line no and to ho. Na mumremu na your friend is saying. Mumeka kakra frame na bremu na beka kakra na mintie de won so odwene edifa efa Ohene David suspension a ye de amano ewo your friend is saying freedom fighters for a suspension on the amano no beka na mintie na me hwede wadwene eyewo me ba cho na die phone lines no e de atum me ba cho ubetimi afreme emre ade dusu enche me de dwumadie no ebeba wiye enti me ba cho frame na bra so na sit ya suspension ya suspended Ohene David henceforth no start here almost say omuni ni twaka bia ewo the programs are oye no omo emmamu emeka bi ensese ono so share ewo omo platform so omo ma comment kra ewo ho within 1 month no asotwe a ye de ato Ohene David so no o deserve say sa asotwe no ye de manana that's all Ohene David deserve that asotwe na ye de manana na me ma kire ma gene wa ha ababeka de minim me force say omo anye fair to Ohene David ma abonten emeka bibia emfa ho na emumu no me amete ha ne de me de meka say me force say omo anye fair about Ohene David enya call mo ma emfa ne enti. Hello.
Hello.
Mystery. Yes.
Mystery. What is it?
Nyame adom yahoye pa.
Yeah, then nyame ase. Okay, so me mami contribution
Exactly.
Freedom for no. Video now we show you know. Now me share the whole thing now. The way I now almost try to put across almost person David. Now it was very clear, say they don't actually meaning some will be a constitution and because every group there more constitution you have your rules and regulations, and then you have something called code of conduct.
Exactly.
So you know, and almost say, okay, you best suspend David because say we're breaching your code of conduct section this and that based on the fact say David said this and this, or maybe based on the fact that the naked picture came out, and as someone or joining your group in a public eye, we would expect a certain kind of behavior.
Right.
But here is the issue we have. Almost suspended David or too bad TV. No. There are so many times that her behavior has not been a professional. So many times I met here what did you attempt? Even video now not free mind
exactly.
You get Nipa and so Otimi holding him a lot, and I think it's two of them. And say offer no, he was quiet, and Dr. Ren's delivery was good, but you could tell say they don't have any kind of formal paperwork down he could refer to.
No.
And see, I think said the issue is this. Almost say your freedom fighters, but almost maybe who said David no. Yes, David deserves a sanction. He did. Is the sanction now harsh? Yes and no. Because we don't have access to until say provide access to constitution, we have nothing to compare it to. It says here and I'm going to say they've sat down as a group and decided, said, this is what we are going to do without the paperwork backing it for the public to see.
Exactly.
Because group B, I am an activist myself.
Okay.
I sit on the board of some charities. There are clear rules and regulations that govern such kind of behaviors. And even when they suspend you, you have the right to appeal that suspension.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think, say, they obviously have a good
positive, what do you call it? Not positive. They have a good template which they can develop as freedom fighters or whatever they call themselves. But they have not actually developed to the level where they need to be. Because what's some of your freedom fighters? What are you fighting for? I don't know. Because they be as maybe say me can't a fighter. I'm an activist.
Right.
In order to achieve something, you have to engage the people now, more criticize you. But platform you cannot engage any of the leaders.
No,
you
mystery mean Chawano. Anka muye ubia. Anka muni diatemwa. Anka wasenka ministers nibi. And mu fra o mo betnas na mu bisa o mo se adenti ne de emaya shamonsa na mu bu ni say ebia na there is something there ti a mu bisa amai ni sa no.
Yes, Unim, I think said they all had a form of frustration with the leadership of Ghana. But they clearly have not sat down and discussed among themselves how to set up this group. Let me give a little example. Maybe they can listen to your show and use it as a template. Many activists in so many different fields. The main one I'm fighting for a lot for vulnerable women seeking asylum in the UK.
Okay.
So we do a lot of activism under the asylum laws. We have fought for so many asylum laws that affect asylum seeking people in the UK to change for the better. Example was 2018. No person change asylum laws. No, person changing instead of when someone is refused for status, they will not have to go physically to court. They will have to join the court via video link. And we get together. We get together with the Home Office themselves. We get together with Her Majesty's Court Service. We get together as charities. We get together as the women themselves they are in the process of seeking asylum. We all sat down, judges, lawyers, QCs, we all sat down and we all went, we talked about it, we discussed it, we listened to real stories from these women. And we all decided to say, it wasn't good for them to change going to the court physically to video link, because a lot of the women wanted to go to the court and express themselves to the judges.
Right.
And then we wrote a recommendation and it was agreed. We are fighting. There's so many immigration laws, we have been able to change. Example, first, not omuma unkrata, omuma asylum seekers krata. Then you have to go and apply for a national insurance number. We did an activism around that. Says here, omuma unkrata, they give you a biometric card, and your biometric card comes with your national insurance number on the back of the biometric card. So you don't have to go and apply. And so these are all you have to engage the people you are actually doing activism against. But it's like so and going on the other side, more joining groups and more public eye. You have to understand, say, there is a public life and you have a private life. You have to make sure, say, you have clear boundaries. One of the things I've noticed about a lot of the Ghanaians in public eye is, say, they do not have clear boundaries and they keep their boundaries blurred all the time. That's the reason why most of the time you have videos, you have audios coming out from some bloggers and viewers and all that. You know, David, you were in the public eye. You know Joyce's background.
Right.
She's already come out to say that she's bipolar. She's done something similar like this in the past. And see how public now, when you were going into a relationship with her, you should have expected something like this is possible to happen. You should have discussed it with the group. You should have said to the group, this person I'm falling in love with is bipolar. There is the chance that this can happen. How can I be protected? when that happens. So then when something like that happens now, they will be able to support you. It's called breaking of confidentiality. When you join charities and you join certain groups and you are into something that is possible to leak and come out and make you look bad, you declare yourself already so that you have that protection. But MMA can, because they don't have any written rules and regulations, means nothing is set up in stone properly. And it's a lesson for both sides. But I think, both sides need to really get their act together. But David, you cannot sanction someone. You are suspending him for a month. You need to sanction him and you need to support him so that when he comes out of Adia Wayana, he will have a positive outcome. I don't know how.
In any case, mystery. In any case, can you fault David? What is going on? Who bet me fault David is such or worry you? This is where I'm coming from. Can we classify this as say David
David has a right to do with himself what he chooses to do with whoever woman he chooses to do. However, Obi, you sitting in the public eye, you know that there has been video circulating. You know the person you were going into a relationship with. I think having a naked picture in itself was a very careless move.
I support that.
Because we were public eye. So even if you were going to have sexual relationships with this woman who has declared that she is bipolar, you should have protected yourself. It doesn't matter if she came out to say all the things she said. David did not need to come and respond. What David should have done was to allow his group to come and respond on his behalf.
Okay.
That would have protected him. But because he hadn't actually protected himself, why do you go and why do you allow this woman to take a video of you?
That is where
there's a possibility she can leak it. And then you come out and respond in the public domain, say all sorts of vulgar stuff, and then the name of your group was mentioned in.
Okay, somehow, maybe somehow, David, I'm in the group, I a little bit what many group not bemu somehow, maybe why.
He's exposed them.
Okay.
He has exposed them unknowingly.
Okay.
He has exposed them because who said, I have the knowledge of exactly what to do.
Yes.
Because the groups that I join have a clear policy on what to do in these kind of circumstances.
Right.
And even the jobs we do, and you will attest that even the jobs we do, for instance, maybe say I work in mental health. We work with patients who are extremely intelligent. For that reason, I never ever use my full name on social media.
Okay.
Why? Because some of the patients go on social media and they search for the stuff. And there has been instances where patients have found staff details and have messaged staff on social media. And that is a breach of confidentiality. We are not allowed to have that kind of interactions with patients.
All right.
So when a patient contacts you, the rule is that you go back to your job and you tell them. And then they have systems in place where they will speak to the patient. They will change you will have to close your social media and open a completely different social media. So most of us, we all go by different names on social media. And it's not because, we want to, it's because it's a protection for us. Because we are working with, although we are working with people who are mentally ill, we are working with people who are extremely intelligent too.
I see.
You see, so they have to have policies in place, because by not having these policies in place, what they are doing is they are exposing their members to danger on social media.
Right.
Because, for instance, Obi, I can decide I want to deliberately go and have a relationship with one of them just to get information.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know me. I might come as a very nice person, decent person, get close to you, get information. No, there has to be that breach of confidentiality to say, if you join this group, we need to do some checks. We need to know if you are going into a relationship, inform us. These are the rules and regulations. There are certain things you do not say. There are certain discussions. There are certain things you do not break, so that we as the group can protect you in case something like this leaks.
I see.
Exactly.
I see.
And they have, we are all not perfect.
Right.
The diaspora is way ahead. And we have come to the diaspora to learn. Some of us have been lucky enough to meet different people from different countries who are specialists in what they do, and we are lucky enough to have this knowledge and information. The freedom fighters, they can get there too. They have a good template in what they are doing. What they need to do is sit down, get information, get the knowledge, speak to other charities in the diaspora who are doing this and who have achieved a lot of results, and then sit down and draft something and develop on that template so that they will get to the point where they are engaging the youth of Ghana, not coming and just insulting and getting people to come on your platform, but you are actually engaging the youth. You are actually engaging the leaders. You are engaging up and coming leaders so that we can all sit at the table and then have a dialogue. Because without a dialogue, Obi, no activism, you won't get any result from any activism. Even the person that you hate, you have to sit at the table with them and have a dialogue. You may not agree, but you have to come to some kind of compromise. Compromise runs through the whole of our lives. You know this, I know this.
Exactly.
We negotiate at our jobs and in our lives on a daily basis. Not because some of the things we have to do, we want to do, but we have to negotiate and compromise around it.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll get 20% out of it. Maybe they'll get 80%. Sometimes I'll get 80%. Sometimes they'll get 20%. That's how life is.
Exactly. Me and I can't say enko country will be said or you're wrong. All that you're gonna do is say catch any pan say or meet you halfway. Then the problem will be solved.
And so we are not going to bash either of them. I think David knows that David has his part to play in this. The freedom fighters have their part to play in that. But the little advice I'll give to them is whatever issues that David has had in the past, he has a good idea. He is not doing it right. The freedom fighters have a good template. They need to develop it and be positive. I don't want to see them coming to sit there and insult. I want to see you sitting there being constructive. Right. So that if you're saying something and you're saying the youth of Ghana are coming on the scene and they're drowning, that is something that an organization like Amnesty International, you can link in with them and they can take on such a case. Do you think Amnesty International will want to link in with you when you are sitting there insulting everybody left and right? No.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they have all these kind of organizations sitting there waiting to link up with such groups, but they don't have a clue. So they really need to, build on what they have, a great template. They need to build on it and they need to develop it. And they need to support David in this time and have policies and procedures in place to support and protect their group members. Thank you so much.
Medasi mystery, medasi pa. Wabema very, 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 very important suggestions. Niade wabema nina amano ayekama. Abusia say baby know. Me nyako bia bi mu ana program na me de ba na wi esanse ya tena so a check kakra rules owusu tabia rules me chiawo abusua me go so your friend is saying calls me 5 minutes na me de program no aba awi ye enti no bomo na se obefrɛ me na wo so wo de your friend is saying wadwene de aba anase wo de comments no bi aba ebi ba bi ma me sign every day ewa hanu frame na efa wadwenkyerɛ edebra efa mame your friend is say mystery edi na dwenkyerɛ aba waba bekyire mu wakyerɛ die nti a ofeel say eye freedom fighters mujai sabi ebi abetana wa ujai atemdidie no so ati ase esan say o pese enipa no eye ade a eye, so you should be able to lure the person, lobby the person to you. So what I say, I know can say even obi a won penasem kra no kai hu say nipa no na owo position ni so sabi un decide say obekọ na wo de atuo ene agyan e beka akotwe nipa ne say onsi form ne de. So what you say? Can who say oka sa and semono oka words oka edidiatem oka whatever ya de che nipa na e manipa no enya ne de say obeka say okay ma me mraw platform no so na me metie de woka na emomu no say utumi e dialogue che nipa no na unya no defe na wo de ne betena o platform no so no na e wo say ubenya kwan e de aka de o be sabi metie ai wo di matamo a me pese metie atem de na wo di me with all this respect. So who did matema? It won't occur to me certain because it kind of hit me. So what must say? It hit me right through a pierce through me heart. So what I say? Nemono o kadibi efa me hona wa amfa mata wa amfa atendina mata. It will compel me to listen to their walk. So what must say? Sabi obi be family video na o de kwatena ho no mo na o kasa video na so o ka efa ho a o didi atem fa ho a be ye din se metena ko e bi obi na be ka chem se ko tie se obi ye didi watem en kwa se ko tie ba ko mienu a se bi wan hwe ya meja it because nipa no ade a o ka no and pierce and said kind into my heart. Why would I have to listen to such words sebi a bit gumi hufi and as a mama and don't you know somehow or no tell me your yes, I don't fault you. Omo kan omo ye nyoma bi aya na emfa kwan mu. Omo ye nyoma na se emfa kwan mu a you have the right to say ebia obeka but yeah mo kan in such a way say enkoye purely as a attended udi nipa no personally atem enya adwuma na oye na wugina so na emomu no udi ni personally atem aya na agene kakra. What you say? Fa adwuma na ye de ahye ne nsa so onye ni se onye qualified to do it. Say something along that line. So what you say? And some no bebre ho ye say entesu kokko ewu bianum na mum ye jai ni activita. Tindidie ne de ewo ho, but it depends on say ni ubesi aka asem no. What you say? Say ni ubesi instead say ubesi aboa kwase anu you can only say bia ka odi nyanza to ho yes ade na ekebe boa rather than say uzi ne sa na sebi ya kwa say wo ankasa na wo kasa no. Sabi, why you know from kakra with all due respect, me pamocho. So what you say, and I make can say, the same at the end or Henry David Aye. The same at the Atama Mutaha Mudino, and not Henry David Aye. So what you say, somehow no, I listen to individual of you. If you are the video better with ye, and Yamunina said, yeah, be I am with the atom. Any other, a bit more the knowledge and the technical know how, almost can't and someone I said, I had the atom crana. I had the atom crana, did not polish it, kakra. But when it comes to a new David, everybody knows that at him, no, Udidi, the atom, a man who say yes, at him, I made it in the panel. Come on, it is something we all have to learn from it. So what I say. And Mr. Rebecca and he said, when you want to make activism, person will fight for BBA. When fighting for something, you have to go tactically. And also we get tactical basis. Person will be a BB mawa. Sabi, I also will no tactically. I also measure the panel who the person's weak point. Now what you mean at was a line message towards that. So what must say? I also can't say be pushing it pana amana bow and you might be say now kind of me. Yes, I was maybe a yima no ewo baby. So what must say? So can't as someone say sometimes no a ma or tear some na own tea crana a jumana oh yeah no oh yeah jumago. The oh yeah oh ye good. What I say? Every nation almost developing no. Activism and a man develop a sabi in the word activism or more yeno. Said abruchile ha and more activism edina ho edidi attempt and all that stuff. They don't do that. They actually hit the nail by the head. And I say on the head. So as I say, omuka no muka asemu no pepe omu pushimu ye activists we break our heart. Some of them support abortion, some of them omu megina ho yes mo mo support abortion and say be mo yan kwasiafo and all that stuff. They give you points and analysis actually say abortion no yen support and I say you support. That is what they do. It is a we obi na say we support or be pomodina say we change your mind the entia. and so support to abortion, or the NTR also support to abortion, one way or the other, they are able to line up almost a message, in order for it to go. They don't come out and just start insulting, say, oh, now, come on. Everybody can say, so if you don't agree with that person, go deep down and find out the reason why anybody yes again. So what you say? Go deep down, then you go deep down and find out. Therefore, aha enene me de dwumadie no ebesi. Na me adoma ochena ye de ekoso dwumadie no enso e de bebrem with the same time and I say with the same platform. So ochena de no e ekoso ene anajo enkomo e na utie yen no. Me da se unya kwan etie me ebesi samre. Afia baby a wo bia me chiao. Ho a mo hwe me nyina. Abena me chiao Gifty, me chiao Billy, also me chiao Madam Beatrice Gonu, me chiao Bebre. Prince Ado, also the child Grace Adijanfi, and Nest Hope, Munina, the child Pia, Namiadoma, Ochna, Munsa, Emi Timi, the Enfa, a topica, a movement, Dim, and Famrem, Akramina, Moma Bye.